really amazing. Over the past 4 years, Kamala has orchestrated the most egregious betrayal that any leader in American history has ever inflicted upon its people. She has violated her oath, eradicated our sovereign border, and unleashed an army of gangs and criminal migrants from prisons and jails and insane asylums and mental institutions all around the world, from Venezuela to the Congo in Africa, stealing countless American lives. They're killing people. They're killing people at will. Only days ago, an illegal alien from North, and this was a rough one. Just happened, you know that. An illegal alien from North Africa who Kamala let into our country with her horrendous open border, just a dangerous, horrendous situation, traveled to a Jewish neighborhood in Chicago and tried to execute a Jewish man on the street, shooting him in the back as he walked to synagogue. He then opened fire on police and paramedics, shooting an ambulance before police returned fire and ended his rampage fairly quickly. Our police, and by the way, our police have got to be respected. We have to give their dignity back. We can't take their pensions, their house, their family. They want to stop crime. We have to let them stop crime. We have to give them their dignity and their honor back. In July, an illegal alien who Kamala released into our country again with her open border, just walk right through, sir. Did he do anything wrong? And they can look, you know, the guys from ICE, they're great, and Border Patrol, they can look at somebody and say, they can say where he's from, what he did, how many people did he kill, and they don't like what they're doing. They have a much easier job doing what they're doing right now, but they want to stop people and they want to get them out, or they want to put them in jail. Some are so bad you can't actually let out. If you did, it would actually be dangerous just to bring them back to their countries. Their countries weren't accepting them back until I came. You know, with Barack Hussein Obama, I call him the Great Divider. He's the Great Divider. And he hit, and Michelle hit me. I was so nice to her. Out of respect, I was so nice. She hit me the other day. I was going to say to my people, am I allowed to hit her now? They said, take it easy, sir. Sir, take it. My geniuses, I'm telling you, they said, just take it easy. Oh, what do you mean? She said bad about me. I can't hit back. Sir, you're winning. Just relax. Is that good advice? Is that good or bad advice? I think it's neutral. You know what the response is there? It's like, nah. What do the ladies from North Carolina think about hit back or just relax? Huh? Oh, they say hit back. You say hit back. I'd actually love to hit back, but we'll hold it a little while. We'll hold it. I'd love to hit back, but oh, no, she took some shots at me the other day. I said, whoa, what have we here? I'd never heard that before. I've always treated her very nicely. But he's the Great Divider, Barack Hussein Obama. He's a great divider. But he never did. You know, he came out same way for Hillary. How did that work out? Oh. And here's news. It's breaking today. Sleepy Joe Biden has announced officially that he likes Trump more than he likes Kamala. And he actually hates my guts, but he likes Trump more than he likes Kamala. Oh, he hates her. They walked into the office. He just got 14 million votes. He voted for me. That's one of the ladies from North Carolina. He voted for me. She said he voted for me. He probably did, you know. Be an interest. They got to follow him in with a camera. Why not? They spied on my campaign, right? So why the hell couldn't you do that? But Sleepy Joe said, I don't want to leave. You're leaving, Joe. This was crazy, Nancy. She's such a bad one. She's already plotting a move to try and impeach him. She's a bad, sick woman. She's crazy as a bedbug. Remember she ripped up the paper behind me? You know, she could have gone to jail for that. You're not allowed to do that. I think Nancy Pelosi is a disgrace. They impeached me on no evidence. I did nothing wrong. Fortunately, the Republicans stood up for me 100%. But Nancy Pelosi is a disgrace. The hatred she brings, she's got real hatred. And yet she can sell a stock like Visa last week, right? And the following day, they announced a major investigation into Visa, but she got out. And the fake news back there does nothing about it. They should be ashamed of it. And by the way, just to get it straight, because there'll be reports, it's already probably out over the wires, I should have done it. I'm only kidding about Joe. He didn't officially say that, but I believe, okay? It's probably already out on the wires that we have an official report from, because this is pretty big stuff up here. So when I say it's official, no, I'm only kidding. In July, an illegal alien who Kamala released into our country was arrested in Charlotte, North Carolina, for stalking a woman into a public bathroom and attempting to forcibly rape her. In Wilmington, North Carolina, 3 months ago, an illegal from Venezuela brutally stabbed a man to death just 4 days after he was arrested for domestic violence. But instead of being deported, this criminal alien was released so he can kill, and that's what he did. These terrible atrocities are happening every day in our cities and towns. They're going after young girls. They're going after old men. They're going after anybody that moves. They don't care. And, different from us, the moment they kill, they don't even think about it. We don't kill. But can you imagine if something happened and it would be devastating. They don't even think. They wake up the next morning and they don't even think about the damage and the havoc and the ruin they've caused families and the pain. And these are coming back. These people are coming into our country at levels that have never been seen in any country. No third world country would allow it. They'd stand at that border with sticks and stones and they'd say, "You're not coming in here." I want you to hear directly from a mother whose world has been shattered because Kamala let savage illegal alien murderers into our country. Please.
Sunday night, I asked her to not stay up super late because of her coming to work with me in the morning to do her summer school. She said, okay. I told her good night and I love you. I went to bed, not realizing that was going to be the last time I saw her.
We're best friends.
Yeah. We're going to shake it again.
I woke up to notice she wasn't in her bed. I'm in my heart trying not to lose my mind because I don't know where she is. I finally remembered her phone had a location on and her phone was pinging just 2 minutes down the road, right behind the skate park. I start driving to the direction the phone was being pinged at, and I see a couple cop cars with lights on. I see yellow tape, and immediately my heart drops and sinks to the bottom of my stomach. My daughter's hands and ankles were both bound. She was strangled to death, left with no pants. And I know in my heart, she fought incredibly hard. She was not going down without a fight.
We begin with 2 men we're learning are charged with capital murder tonight, accused of killing a 12-year-old girl.
Police say these men strangled her before dumping her into that creek. Both men were in the country illegally.
Apprehended, then released by Border Patrol less than 3 weeks before Jocelyn's death. The men accused of killing Jocelyn Nungare are affiliated with the gang known for brutal violence.
Kamala Harris was in charge of immigration in our borders. If we had better border policies and not open borders and not these catch and release policies, I truly believe this all could have been prevented. Under her being vice president of this country, my daughter's life was ripped away from her. She had her entire life ahead of her.
Happy birthday, dear Jocelyn.
My daughter is 6 feet in the ground, based off of policies that she allowed to keep. Kamala Harris did have one job, and she not only failed, not me, she failed my daughter, she failed Jocelyn. You know, she was only 12. President Trump reached out, gave me his sincerest condolences as not a former president, but just as a father, someone who cares. I believe Donald Trump needs to be back in office. I can at least know that my next child will be safe in this country.
Very sad. That was a few days ago that we had the news announcement, and it was the day when the Border Patrol endorsed me so strongly, and I was so honored by it. And we talked about Jocelyn. She was there and talked about Jocelyn. I mean, just so unnecessary. Would have never happened. They wouldn't have been able to get into the country. Would have never happened. So many things wouldn't have happened. Inflation wouldn't have happened. Russia, Ukraine wouldn't have happened. Israel wouldn't have happened. The October 7th Israel attack would have never happened. Those people would all be alive. Most of them are gone, I believe. I think that's part of the reason they're not wanting to negotiate so much. They said, oh, I can't believe it. They're probably, most of those hostages, sadly, I think they're possibly gone. Most of them are gone. And it would have never happened. That attack would have never happened. All those people would be alive. And the Afghanistan, the greatest embarrassment in the history of our country, I believe. They took the soldiers out first. You have to take the soldiers out last. It's very simple. Milley should have been fired. All those generals. Kelly should have been. Kelly was such a disaster. They, you know, some people are good. Some people are not good. Some people are stupid. But who would think that you take the soldiers out first? Mattis made big mistakes. But remember this about our military. We defeated ISIS. And I got you into no wars because we had great people. I had mostly great people. We had mostly great people. And when I went to Washington, I didn't know anybody. I was a New York guy. I was only there 17 times, according to the media. And I went to Washington, and, I said, listen, I just became president, but I don't know anybody. And you rely on very good people. Some are rhinos, and they're decent rhinos too, but they give you rhinos back. And we don't like the rhinos. We don't think they do the job properly. But we did a phenomenal job. I just want to say that the day that I take office, the migrant invasion ends and the restoration of our country begins. The United States is now an occupied country, but it will soon be an occupied country no longer. November 5th, 2024 will be Liberation Day in America. And on day one, I will launch the largest deportation of criminal program in American history. And a president named Dwight Eisenhower, a great general, a better president than people were saying, actually. But he believed in strong borders. He hated to see people come through our border. And he has the record right now, but I suspect that record, unfortunately, it's not something I want to do. But we have no choice. We can't allow murderers and drug dealers and all these people. They're all pouring into our country, and we can't allow it. We won't have a country left. I will rescue every city and town that has been invaded and conquered. They've been conquered. Our towns have been, you take a look at Aurora, take a look at Springfield. We have a town of 50,000 people, and they drop 30,000 illegal migrants. They used a little technicality so we don't go on, but that, to me, that's illegal. In any event, there's no way a town can subsist. You have hospitals where people who go for a checkup can't get checkups anymore. The whole place is being flooded. And they come from largely a troubled country, a very troubled country, very dangerous country, but a very troubled country. And they have another little problem. They don't speak a word of English, so the mayor, who's a nice guy, is looking for interpreters. This isn't what we're all about. 30,000 people going to a 50,000 people town. Springfield, Ohio, no problems. We had a beautiful, beautiful little town, and now it's horrible. And this is happening all over. Those are examples. Aurora, in Colorado, you have a radical left lunatic governor that has no idea what the hell he's doing. And Colorado should vote for me because of what they put me through. They tried to take me off the ballot when I was leading both the Republican and Democrat parties. And it went to the Supreme Court of the United States, and in a unanimous decision, they say, I'm sorry, you're going to have to beat them at the polls, you know? You're going to have to beat them at the polls. And hopefully they're not going to be able to do that. And the people of Colorado, you know who is more angry about that than the Republicans? The Democrats, the regular Democrats. And I think we have a chance of, I hope that Colorado's watching now, and I think we have a chance of winning Colorado because of what they did. That was, you talk about democracy. That was a threat to democracy. See, that was a real threat to democracy. And we will put the vicious and bloodthirsty criminals in a jail. We'll kick them out of the country. We'll take care of it. But to expedite removals of Tren de Aragua and other savage gangs like MS-13. We have a lot of gangs. They're bad ones. They're tough people. Thank goodness we have ICE and Border Patrol, and we have great law enforcement. We have great law enforcement. I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 to target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil. And if they come back into our country, it's an automatic 10 years in jail with no possibility of parole. And I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or a law enforcement officer. And I will immediately ban all sanctuary cities. They're sanctuary for criminals in the United States of America. And to secure our border and working along with all of the things we're going to be doing